Hey everybody, Ryan Grant here, and in today's video, I haven't really got a script, I haven't really got a plan, it's a bit of a different video. However, I'm going to explain to you, obviously, if you've clicked on this video because of the title, you're a skinny man, you're not necessarily making any progress, you're not gaining weight, you're not gaining muscle, and you're stuck itching your head at why that is. And I'm going to tell you why. And the truth, it's not necessarily going to be something you're going to like to hear, but it's something that you need to hear, and it's something that your long-term self needs to hear. And in 5 years down, 5 years down the line, you're going to be grateful because you're actually going to make progress from here on, because this is the truth that you need to hear. And before I get into this, please can I just ask you to put your ego to the side and actually have some humility in today's video. Because what happens when someone tells someone else something that they don't want to hear but they need to hear it, their little ego gets in the way, they block out that information when in hindsight they need that if they actually want the thing they want. Okay, so please, this video it's got every single good intention behind it to help you in hindsight. Please put your ego to the side, have some humility, listen to me, and if you actually do, you'll make progress and you will no longer be stuck in the situation you currently are. Now, a couple of people that I just want to quickly excuse from this hard truth is, first of all, if you've only been going to the gym for a week and you're wondering why nothing's happening, your excuse because you're just being a bit silly. It's only been a week, or if it's not been a long amount of time, then you haven't given it enough time in order to progress. So you're excused from this video, and this isn't why you're not making any progress. You just haven't given it enough time. And number two, if you've got a medical issue in relation to weight gain or eating food or the gym, then you're excused as well, because um, that's pretty unfortunate, and I'm sorry to hear if you have a medical issue in those fields. But these two people are excused. However, if you are making no progress and you're still skinny, you've not gained any weight, and you've been going to the gym for a decent amount of time, and obviously you're not necessarily beginning, or you don't have medical issues, then you don't want it bad enough, and you're not doing what is necessary in order to achieve your dream outcome. You are not putting cause to effect. Okay, you're not doing enough. You're not doing what's necessary. You don't want it enough, and that may be hard to hear. But if you did want it enough, and you were doing what's necessary, then why are you in the situation you are right now? In terms of the gym, it doesn't make biological sense to do what is necessary and not get to where you want to be. Obviously, we've got genetic factors and all of that that can interfere with you getting Chris Bumstead's physique. However, I'm talking about in terms of just gaining weight and gaining muscle like you can't right now. It doesn't make biological sense to put cause to effect and not get the outcome you want. It genuinely doesn't make sense to eat in a calorie surplus, train hard, progressively overload, and you don't gain weight, or you don't gain muscle, or you don't progress in the gym. It doesn't make sense. So you are clearly doing something wrong, and that thing you're doing wrong is that you're not doing what's necessary. Okay, so in order to identify what you're doing wrong, you need to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate your situation. Okay, and these are the three pillars to progress. Okay, eating in a surplus, training hard, and progressively overloading. They are the three pillars. That is all you need. There is nothing more to progress. That is it. So many people overcomplicate it, but those are the three things that are needed for progress: progressive overload, training hard, and eating right in a calorie surplus. Okay, one of those three things you're not doing, and it's letting you down. One thing as well: if you are eating in a calorie surplus right now and you're not gaining weight, I need to tell you, you are not eating in a calorie surplus. It is scientifically impossible to eat in a calorie surplus and not gain weight. However, you're probably saying to me right now, what about these calculators online that have told me I've got to eat X amount of calories and I still haven't gained weight? Well, I hate to break it to you, but the calorie calculator doesn't know your genetics. It doesn't know your DNA. It doesn't know your metabolism, and that is what is key here, right? If you're eating in a surplus and you're not gaining weight, it's because everyone has different metabolic rates. The calculators online don't they don't compensate for every single person's different metabolic rates. And what I mean by metabolic rate and your metabolism, this basically refers to how efficiently you burn calories whilst you're resting and whilst you're doing physical activity. So if someone has a high metabolism, they're going to have to eat more food because they burn more. Alright? It's like you've got to make up for it. If you burn more, you can't just eat what it says if it's less than that. You've got to keep going. Alright? So for example, if the calorie calculator says to you you've got to eat 3,250 calories a day, but you have a stupidly high metabolism, then the calorie calculator may not necessarily be 100% accurate with that, because it doesn't take into consideration your metabolism, your genetics, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so you've got to actually experiment with this on your own. And one thing that you may be doing wrong with your surplus as well is not actually eating in a surplus. When people don't track how much they eat, it's so easy to overestimate or underestimate how much they eat. And if you actually know how much you eat every day, if you actually track it, and you know, then you've got data to look at. You've got data to analyze and identify where you're going wrong and where you can be better, so you can progress. All right. If you don't track these things, then that's why you're probably in the situation you're in if you're not tracking. Okay. And if you are, then you've actually got the data. You're one step ahead, and you can look at where you're going wrong, and obviously, you know, you can, look into the future and progress, right? And in terms of the other two things, in terms of training hard and progressive overloading, just need to stop being a bitch, stop being a pussy, train hard, okay? Push yourself the most you possibly can, okay? Is it going to affect you down the line? 6 months later, is a brutal set in leg extensions going to affect you? No. It's temporary pain, long-term gain. As a matter of fact, that person in 6 months is going to thank you now for putting yourself through that pain, so your future self is going to be a better version of you, okay? So you've just got to think, all right? If you're training like a bitch and you're not eating enough, then they are the reasons why you're in the situation you are. And you may not like to hear it, but biologically, you're not gaining weight because you're not eating enough, and you may not necessarily be eating the right things, and you're not making progress in the gym because of that as well, and because you may not necessarily be training hard enough. So you always want to be looking at how you can be making progress, and that is sort of the end of this video. So moral of the story: do what's necessary, actually want it that bad, and think of yourself in 6 months. Do you want to be in the same situation you are right now, or do you want to be better off actually making progress and happy? It's up to you. It's your responsibility. And if you're still here, I just want to say thank you very much. And as a thank you, I would love it if I could invite you guys into my very own free online community. We're currently helping 200 plus guys struggling to bulk, struggling to gain weight, and gain progress in the gym, to help them do those things. There's going to be the top link in the description. And as a matter of fact, I've just opened up slots for guys in there who get to a certain level to book a free one-on-one muscle maximizing growth call with me, so we can discuss your situation, we can get to know each other personally, we can obviously identify where you're going wrong so you can put the wrongs to rights, and we can actually map out what you're going to do in order to progress and go forward as you go. So all the guys need to do in there is basically just get a few points, and then they unlock a call with me. So if you want to have a one-to-one chat with me where we can discuss your problems and turn them into solutions, it's going to be the top link in the description. However, if you just want to stay on the YouTube channel, then it would mean a lot to me if you could drop a like, maybe a cheeky comment, any positive feedback, any negative feedback, anything that stood out to you in this video. It would genuinely go a long way. And most importantly, if you want to stay around, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So if you drop a subscription, then that would genuinely mean a lot to me, and I can obviously help you further as we go, right? So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'll see you in the next video.